What's up, y'all? It's your boy Benin. We're back with another video topic for today. So if you haven't watched my intro video yet, recommend you go back, you go watch that and glean from it, then come back to this one. Or if you just want to skip straight to this one, this is fine too, because it'll be of some value. Not of some, of maximum value, right? So what I'm talking about today is the power of living just beyond your edge. Now, specifically, this is catering to men, because with men, I truly feel that we're at our best and we operate at our best when we are challenged, because we're stimulated and our brains now have to figure out ways to solve issues, solve complex problems, overcome. And before we dive off the deep end with this, the reason that's so important is because men, that's innate, I feel like, in us. God gave us that desire to have that drive, that hunger, that ambition to go and, conquer in life, right? Now, that can sometimes be misused because men don't know how to take those feelings and put them into something productive and efficient. And a lot of times what it can look like is those emotions and those feelings can go towards the wrong things, i.e. a lot of times the vice is misusing women, right? Using women for gain, looking at women as just something to conquer and move on to the next one, which leaves scars, damages. And as we know, you will reap what you sow. So the seeds that you are planting in someone else's life from you, they're going to come back. They're going to grow back into your own life. So you want to make sure that the things that you're doing are adding value to people, are giving love to people, spreading love, spreading joy to people. And one of the major things that this comes down to is knowing what to pursue and how to pursue that. And then understanding that this is something that is profitable, that's efficient, that's not harming anybody else, physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever, but it's actually building and adding to the world. It's actually adding to life. You are living in accordance with God's given will for your life. Once you start to do that, oh man, sky's the limit. It's dangerous in a good way, right? Because you truly are living just beyond your edge. You have a challenge now that you're being stretched to go to. You have that drive, that will, that tenacity to get ahead. And I believe it's in the book, The Way of the Superior Man. I read it a while ago. There's a chapter that talks about living just beyond your edge. So that means living in a constant state of uncomfortability. Just a little bit. Not to the point to where you actually are suffering physically or emotionally or something from it, but to the point where you have to sit back and evaluate life and evaluate decisions, and you have to think and you have to be strategic. You have a challenge to overcome. That is where the good stuff is in life. It's not in just getting the next girl. It's not in taking a bunch of shots and partying. It's not in just being on a beach somewhere on a yacht laid up and you're just like a millionaire. That's not it. It's in the challenge. It's in those daily grind, those daily battles that you're overcome. And they can be something as small as you waking up every morning and you hitting the gym and you doing a cold plunge, and then you going to do your work or your studies or whatever you're doing, right? And it can be something as complex as you were at the helm of solving multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar problems that affect the globe, problems that affect different economies, infrastructures, and resources. So they're all one and the same. They all coincide. One is just a microcosm or a macrocosm of the other. I don't even know if macrocosm is a word, but microcosm is. So we're going to go with that. But the reason this is so important and I want to talk about it is because once we start to hone in on the power of this God-given mind that he's given man, because in the Bible it says God gives men power to gain wealth. He gives men the ability to gain wealth. And when I say men here, I mean humans, period. But it says that God is the one who gives us the power to obtain wealth. So he gives us this mind. He gives us this amazing resource to now we can rely on him. We can partner with him. We can ask for guidance and wisdom to accomplish these goals that he's already set up, these great works that he's already set up before time for us. And all it really takes is humbling yourself as a man, realizing I have to change my mindset. I have to change my attitude. I have to identify with the creator of the universe, right? For what he desires, what he wills, what he wants for my life. And I have to submit to it. And I have to work hard and I have to work smart. And I have to be honest and congruent about who I am internally and outwardly. Because as within, so without. So you want to live in congruency with your highest calling. You want to live in congruency with what God has put into your heart and in your mind. And if you're not in that place, that's when you ask God to realign you, to move you, to shift you into that place so that you can be congruent, because you do not want to be living a lie. You don't want to be living way beyond your means to the point where you're like so stretched and you have this fake life. And then you don't want to be a shell of a man too, where you are so small, fragile, scared, and nervous, and you're not living up to that courageous man of valor that God has called you to be. So you truly have to be honest with yourself and assess where you're at and say, hey, this is where I'm at in life. This is where I want to be. And if you're not there, identify the incongruency, and then you work towards becoming one, becoming whole. And that's really the key to a lot of this. And it's an ongoing process. And I'm sitting here sharing this with you because there are things that I also actively do in my life every single day. You know, I like the wisdom that God's blessed me with. It's not because I just want to get in here and talk. It comes through pain. It comes through adversity. It comes through perseverance. And I want to share with others the things that have helped me overcome and continue to overcome now, right? I want to share it with you live, in person, like while it's happening, because it's truly life-changing. And it'll truly keep a lot of men, young people, whatever, from going down a path of destruction. Destroyed dreams, destroyed homes, destroyed families, destroyed bodies, destroyed minds, destroyed souls. It gets that deep. And all it comes down to is living just beyond your edge in accordance with God's highest will for your life, and walking in that congruency with him, being one with him, right? So I wanted to share this here. Please take a pause, take an assessment of where you're at in your life, take an audit of where you're at in your life right now, and make sure you're living in congruency, or that you're at least working towards that. And if you don't know how, ask for wisdom for that. Humble yourself, submit to God, get into your word, pray, and watch what God does with your life. So I hope this blessed you. So like I said, I'm mainly talking to my young men out here, because I've been there, and I'm a young man myself. But this video is really for anybody that feels like they're not living in accordance with their highest call, or that they are not pushing themselves to their full capacity, because that's what we are put here to do. Spread love, love God, love people, love life. So if you enjoyed this video, or you think somebody else needs it, please like, comment, subscribe, share, and I hope to see you back in the next episode. Please feel free to drop some topics in the comments for the next videos you want to see, and I will do my best to get to those and to start posting those and making content curate to those different topics. Follow me on all my social media at Beneath Francis, and y'all have a great one. God bless you. I'll see you in the next episode.